Everything you need to know in less than 5 minutes. Samira is a bot lane marksman whose optimal rune page is Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Bloodline, and Last Stand with Sudden Impact and Ravenous Hunter secondary. Your shards are double adaptive force and either armor or magic resist depending on the enemy bot lane. You max Q first, E second, and W third while putting a point into your ultimate whenever you can. Level 1, you buy Doran's Blade and 1 health potion. Despite being an ability-based AD carry, Samira synergizes extremely well with crit since both her Q and her ultimate can critically strike. We don't have all the information about the Season 11 item update yet, but it is rather safe to say that Samira will be played with a Crimson Shield Bow for her mythic core item and then stack legendary AD crit items. For the time being though, your first 2 items are always Essence Reaver and Infinity Edge. You can buy Berserker's Greaves for your boots if you really want to, but Samira relies much less on attack speed than most other AD carries. This means that a pair of defensive boots will work extremely well for you as they support Samira's all-in playstyle. Due to the nature of this champion's kit, you will find yourself in the middle of a fight quite frequently, especially when you want to get maximum value from your ultimate. While your rune page already fully revolves around this playstyle, you definitely still need to buy Phantom Dancer and Death's Dance next, so you make it even harder for the enemy to one-shot you. For your last item, you most likely need the healing reduction and armor penetration from Mortal Reminder, but occasionally you will find yourself in a situation where you need Guardian Angel or Mercurial Scimitar instead. Especially when your support has strong engage tools and crowd control, you can play Samira very aggressively during the lane phase. Her passive gives you amazing crowd control follow-up, and her abilities are literally designed to engage against enemy AD carries and shut them down. In order to do this effectively, you should push the wave in the early game to create all-in opportunities for yourself with level-up power spikes. Your level 2 and level 3 spikes are particularly devastating as unlocking a new ability greatly increases your dueling power and chasing potential. Keep in mind that generating style pre-level 6 is not that important because all you really get is movement speed. Sure, you can chase better and it certainly can make a difference here and there, but after hitting level 6 is where it really starts to matter. When you want to fight at this point in the game, it is crucial that you make absolutely sure to land all of your Qs. You need to weave in 1 auto attack between every spell to unlock your ultimate fast and for maximum damage. Missing even 1 Q will cost you 2 style ranks, so use Q in melee range if you can, since the Sword Slash is way easier to connect and cannot be blocked by a minion. Additionally, you get the bonus damage from your melee auto attacks and make it more difficult for your enemy to run away from you. Samira's E is the perfect gap closer for situations like this, as you instantly trigger sudden impact that way and get full value from E's bonus attack speed, allowing you to kill the enemy even faster. After they die, your E cooldown resets and you can use the spell to disengage or jump onto another target. The optimal sequencing would be auto attack, Q auto attack, E forward, auto attack. Alternatively, you can use auto, E, auto, Q in melee range, auto, so you don't randomly miss your Q. This puts you at 5 passive style points, which means casting and connecting W gets you to number 6 and you can then instantly cancel your W with your ultimate. When it comes to your ultimate, however, you need to keep in mind that just because you stacked up your passive, you don't necessarily need to cast Inferno Trigger. Just like a Katarina ult, Samira's ult gets interrupted immediately when you get hit by enemy crowd control. Therefore, you need to keep track of your enemy's cooldowns. If you notice they are holding onto a key crowd control spell to kill you as you go in, it is way better to keep kiting with Q and auto attacks instead. By the way, if you've enjoyed this guide so far, you can press the like button and also click subscribe so you can learn even more about League of Legends in the future. Deciding whether to go all in during a fight or not also depends on the enemy's items. Samira is hard countered by healing reduction, so if they bought an Executioner's Calling or something similar, you need to play a lot more cautiously. As soon as you hit level 9, however, you can do this quite easily. This is one of Samira's biggest power spikes because now you can get 5 points in Q, lowering its cooldown to 1.6 seconds with Essence Reaver. You can essentially play like an Ezreal now and spam your Q from range. When your team eventually finds an opening, you can follow up with your passive knockup and then go all in with your ultimate as soon as the enemy crowd control is on cooldown. The last and probably most skill-intensive spell you need to master when playing Samira is her W. This ability functions like a Yasuo wind wall that is tied to your character's hurt box. It is also the spell that skews most ADC matchups so heavily in Samira's favor. During lane, you don't need to pay much attention with this tool as you can simply use it while going in, stacking Conqueror and your passive while simultaneously making it impossible for the enemy AD carry to retaliate. In skirmishes and teamfights, however, you need to plan ahead if and when to cast this ability. It is best used to block key spells like Nami's or Ashe's ultimate in some situations, while in others you need it for its damage or to unlock your own ultimate. The most important thing is to be mindful about using this spell so you can master the art of Samira's calculated aggression. If you enjoy playing all-in AD carries, you should also check out my Tristana guide. The link should be on your screen right now.